We're here to challenge you. To challenge the way you think about slimming down and shaping up by introducing you to the Body by Vi 90-Day Challenge.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan Yakomi.
And Chris Britton.
And we are regional directors here at ViSalus. And we're going to talk today about doing three-way calls. And this is super important, and by the time that you're finished watching this video, you're going to have a strong grasp about what it's going to take to either recruit people into your business or create customers too. So we use three-way calls every day. I'm on three-way calls every day for our team, so if you need a three-way call, you got access to me, you got access to Chris. I use my upline and your upline, so Rachel Jackson, we work together. You know, if I can't get a hold of Rachel, I get a hold of Aaron Fortner, I get a hold of Molly Dahlback or Jen May or any of those people. I'll tell you why three-ways are so important. The person that you're talking to knows you for you. So they have a stigma, they have a persona on who you are. They've known you for X amount of years, they see you as this person. They don't see you as a 7-figure or 6-figure network marketing professional. Okay. They don't see you as that person. So when you start talking to them about that, or they don't see you as this healthy, fit person who's promoting a 90-day health challenge maybe. Or maybe they do. But in most cases, the persona that they're viewing you as doesn't match, you know, the information you're telling them. So that's why a three-way call works well, because you bring in someone like myself or Chris or Rachel, and you kind of have that authority figure come in that can explain things for you from an outsider's perspective. So the way we work three-way calls is simple. I do them for customers and distributors. Yes, customers. We've done lots of three-way calls for customers, eh?
Yeah.
And they work awesome.
Oh, totally. Especially having like two different stories that we share, how we both enjoy the product or the differences we see, and that helps customers a lot.
So the question is, how do you get them on a three-way call? You know, that's what people say to me. How do I get someone on a three-way call? It's like, hey, my friend over here, he wants to talk to you. You don't know him, but he wants to talk to you.
Good to tell you.
And you know, and it's really, really simple. You just kind of like pre-plan it. So I don't personally believe in the, hey, I've got my friend on the line, by the way, real quick. You didn't know I did, but I'm going to have him hop on the line. Because to me, it's kind of shady and it's inauthentic.
Sleazy.
Yeah. So don't mind my phone. My phone's ringing. So what we do is real simple. Is I always tell people, start talking to people about the 90-day challenge, and then once they show interest, and maybe you've sent them a link at this point, or maybe you haven't, you don't always have to. Once they show interest and they understand that it's at least a 90-day health challenge, then be like, listen, you know, I've got one of my good friends and partners, his name's Ryan, he is rocking at this business, and he's going to fill you in. And this is what I always say to people, you know, when they're lining up the three-way. He is going to fill you in on what's happening right now so you can understand how we're crushing this. So I don't say, Ryan's going to fill you in so you can understand how much the products cost and then you can get started. Right. You know what I mean? Because people don't want to feel like they have to commit to something. So if there's no commitment, they're a little bit more relaxed to come into the call. And then from there, you know, you have myself come on, or you have Rachel or any of your upline. And then, you know, Mike Wilson too is grown out in Alberta. You have your upline come in, and then they can share what's going on with the challenge. And so, Chris, you're like the customer master. So from a customer standpoint, it's different, right? Because you're not talking about the money.
No, I always find, like, I'll say, I use a lot of stories when I talk to my customers. So I'll say, all I know is, you know, Matt lost 19 pounds in 10 days or whatever. I'm not that familiar with everything, all the different packages or whatever, but I know Ryan is, so do you mind if I have him come on a call with us? So I always kind of play the, all I know is blank, and I'm not really too sure of everything else, and then they're like, oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. People always say to us, well, how do you get around, like, when people say, oh, what's the compensation plan, or how much is this, or how, excuse me, how much is that, or how do I go about doing this? We just use stories. And the best phrase I can ever teach you, I learned from Danny Johnson. It's all I know, just like Chris said, right? Say it. All I know is...
Chris lost 5 pounds in 6 days.
Yeah. And all I know is in 45 days-ish, I usually say within 65 days, but in 45 days-ish, we added an extra $1,000 to $3,000 income to our existing income.
Essentially.
All I know is Rachel Jackson has earned, $80,000 in 3.5 months, in her first 3.5 months. All I know is our team has brought in over 1,200 people and done $700,000 in sales in 3 months. You just use stories like that, and people can't combat stories.
No.
Because they're like, wow, that's crazy. And then what I find, if they still are getting into the technical aspects, they're like, well, how do you make money? What's the compensation plan? What's this? That's when you use links. That's when you say, all I know is this, this, and this. And then they say, well, what about the compensation plan? Do you have a pen and piece of paper? Okay, awesome. Here's where I want you to go, and I'm also going to send this to you after we get off this phone call. I want you to go to this website, and you can read all about it yourself. I never, ever explain anything. You know why? Because if I explain it, the person listening in, let's say you're on the three-way and you're the prospect, you're listening in, or the potential customer.
Yeah.
If I explain this to you for 45 minutes, you're going to be like,
It still confuses
what?
me.
So just use stories, and then if anyone asks a complicated question, tell them that you're going to direct them to some information that they can learn more. And if they still dig deeper, they still want to know, then what you do is you go higher to a higher level of upline, someone who is earning more, like 6-figure, 7-figure income. A lot of times I get Aaron Fortner, who's earning about $35,000 a month, to hop on a call if it's very technical. And so I just say, hey, listen, right now, all I know is this is happening in our business, but here's what I can do for you. I can get Aaron Fortner, hopefully, if he's not too busy, because right now he's making about $35,000 a month doing this. If he's not too busy, I'll get him to hop on the call. We'll line up another three-way, and he can explain all the details for you.
So you throw in another little story.
I throw in another story. So there's really simple strategies that you use, and if you guys have questions, I want you to leave them down below in the comment box, because we're interacting here, and of course give us a phone call too.
Sweet.
Cool? Alright, so that's the strategy for three-ways, guys. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you on the three-way.
Chances are, right now, you want to lose some weight, build more muscle, and get in better shape.